Hi there, and welcome back to the MVP podcast. I am Sosa with the Sauce, and today we are with. Please introduce yourself.
Leg show, baby! That's the only way I'm introducing myself, my
That's
brother.
if you didn't catch it, that's my boy T. How you
Leg
feeling, man?
show,
You good?
baby!
Of course you're good. Why am I even asking these questions, man? Of course you're good.
Oi,
I
bro. This is the
think
best
Gavin
year
fans.
ever, man.
Listen, I'm happy for LeBron. Yeah, I'm happy for LeBron, but I'm
Yes.
not happy for Lakers. Yeah, let's just get that out of the way. Let's just get that out of the way.
Ah,
Me being a Kings fan, I can't root for no Lakers. I can't root for no Lakers. But I'll give LeBron his flowers whilst he's here.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
But yo, tell
Yeah.
me, you watch this, bro? You watch these finals, yeah, in a very special occasion, bro. Where are you watching these finals from?
Oh, I was watching it in Dubai, man. Oh, it was hard. I'm telling you, it was hard. I couldn't watch it live, man. It was too late, too early in the morning, whatever it was. So I had to turn my phone off completely, wake up the next morning, and watch every game like after everyone else had already done so, which is not easy. But yeah, man, it's not nice watching like finals by yourself, but it's even worse not watching it live. So
No, yeah, I can imagine.
it was tough, man. It was tough, but yeah, now I was out in Dubai. That's the life I chose.
Yo, listen, these finals, yeah, were I can't. No one can knock and say that these finals weren't hard, bro. These finals were probably some of the toughest basketball I've seen. I mean, as far as putting an asterisk on this,
Hmm.
how do you compare these finals to normal finals that you've seen throughout the past years?
I wouldn't put an asterisk on it. I'm not just saying that as a Laker fan, as a LeBron fan. I just think compared to all the other finals, this is so difficult to win because of the circumstances. You got to think these players had 4 months. They season just got shut down for 4 months. They had to go into a bubble for 3 months. So some of the those who got to the finals, like the circumstances were just so much different. Obviously, there were advantages and disadvantages. There's no traveling involved. So and those 4 months obviously allowed certain players to get healthy. Like Anthony Davis, for example, he was banged up a little bit during the season. But there's that mentally, that's how difficult it is to be in like a bubble setting for 3 whole months, to be away from your family, your friends, just out of your daily routine. So, and obviously dealing with a pandemic, so you're trying to ensure that you don't catch the coronavirus, and somehow no cases at all, no positive cases at all in the NBA. So, but the whole thing it's unprecedented, man. No one's ever been in that kind of situation before. So for me, it is one of the hardest championships to win. There were a lot of advantages along the way as well in terms of the rest and those kind of situations. But you can't put an asterisk on this because like they were dealing with so much adversity going into it. So for the Lakers to just overcome all of that and still come out like, with a title, I think is so impressive.
No, you're absolutely right. I think first off, shout out to the NBA, the commissioner Adam Silver. These guys did an
President
amazing
Adam
job.
Silver.
Yeah, they did. Yo, salute my guy, man. Like we got some of the best basketball I've seen. Well, to be fair, we've had like how many months off before we got these games
Mm.
of basketball, and the amount of basketball that I enjoyed was just incredible. Considering there's no fans, considering like everyone's gonna. We thought it was gonna be like more pickup games, but these guys were going for it.
Yeah, yeah.
As far as the winners, obviously Lakers won the titles, but your takeaways from the bubble experience, apart from the Lakers, what are the other two teams you reckon, or not even just teams, like who are the winners so far that have come out of these bubble NBA?
In terms of teams, for me, the Miami Heat, I, I just tip my hat off to them, man. They what they did in the bubble, the way to get to the finals as a fifth seed, and then even then having players injured and just battled Lakers to 6 games. That they're going to be a force. I'm telling you for the next couple of years. Like, they're the big winners. They may have lost the finals, but I'm telling you they're definitely going to come back. They're maybe one piece away, but this team is like moving forward. They're going to be a dangerous team in the East. So they're definitely one of the big winners for me. Also, the Denver Nuggets in the West. Denver Nuggets were out of this world, man. That to come back from 3-1 twice, the first team to have ever done it. Also
Yeah.
against the Clippers. The Clippers who were everyone's favourites to win it. Even me, I said the Clippers are going to win it. I had them as favourites. For them to come back from 3-1 against a Clipper team that had Kawhi and Paul George and all those guys, that was so impressive. And Jamal Murray, he's
He
bro,
lit it up. That
he
guy,
oh bro, I
I
can't even say enough
swear,
about him.
that guy, yeah, he was doing some madness on the court. Like I called it out when he was up against. I keep mentioning this because him and Donovan Mitchell are two of my favorite guards in the game right now because they were going at it. Like, how is Donovan Mitchell getting like 57 points? Yeah, like top, like third highest in playoff points,
Yeah,
and you still lose.
yeah,
Like that's the level you're at. I mean, as far as winners go, you mentioned two really good teams. I think one team that I would put in there, maybe not so much as big of a winner, but I'd say the Dallas Mavericks.
mm,
Future's bright. Future's bright, especially with Luca at the helm. Oh
yeah,
my days. As long, and I know Kristaps has had surgery. I think he had a torn meniscus.
yeah,
I think if he can stay, again, there's so many ifs with this guy, man. If this
yeah,
guy can stay healthy and be on the floor, these guys, I predict, because they remember when Kristaps went out, they were this close. They
yeah.
were this close. I think if he was healthy, I don't think I think the Clippers might have fallen earlier if Kristaps was healthy.
It's possible. It's possible. I mean, it was a
Tough
shame.
take, but
Yeah, it was a real shame to see him get injured, so that we couldn't see how that series played out. Because I think Luca in the end just got worn down a little bit too much. He couldn't take that team down by himself. Like he needed that little bit of support. So that's why I was gutted that Porzingis went down. But I agree with you, man. The Dallas Mavericks, they may as long as you just surround Luca with a couple of shooters, have the right guys, that team like they're set for playoffs for many,
no,
many years, and they're gonna
100%.
they're gonna start contending in the next couple of years, definitely.
You know what? Yeah, we talked about the winners, yeah, of this NBA bubble. I mean, I didn't even mention teams that did really well that didn't make the playoffs, like the Phoenix Suns,
Mm,
because they were undefeated in the bubble, but just happened to not make it to the playoffs. But on the flip side of that, we had some unfortunate losers in these NBA bubbles, man. The elephant in the room, yeah.
mm,
But let's just get it out of the way.
let's do it.
The Clippers, man, they're dysfunctional. They're well, to say they're dysfunctional is to be harsh, but at the same time, because of what was expected of them,
Yeah,
is it fair to say that these guys they have massively underachieved?
yeah. Oh, without a doubt, without a doubt. To not even make the conference finals with that team you've got and the expectations you had, but on top of that, being 3-1 up,
Yeah,
like
that's what kills
that's
it.
that's
That's
what
what kills
kills it.
it.
Like you were there, you were right there, you were dominating the Denver Nuggets. You were 3-1 up. You're there. You're about to create the Western Conference Finals that we all wanted, that we all dreamed of the whole season. Lakers, Clippers. It's finally going to happen. The Battle of LA, and somehow you lose three straight games from being 3-1 up. Like, how does that happen? You've got a guy like Kawhi Leonard in your team. Like, I didn't expect Kawhi to choke in Game 7. Like, majority of that series, he was just having his way with the Nuggets. Like, they couldn't stop him at all. So for him to
Yeah,
have got to that Game 7, I think he felt the pressure in that Game 7 because he realized I'm carrying the team up until this point. We're still losing. Like, what can I do now? Now Game 7 is all on me. And I think that kind of played on his mind a little bit too much. And let's be honest, he choked in Game 7. Like I've not seen Kawhi choke in a big playoff game like that before.
I
I
don't
did,
know who's I don't know who said it. I don't mean to interrupt you. I don't know who said it, yeah, but someone was saying, and this was before the bubble even started. He was getting comparisons to Michael Jordan, bro.
mm,
Like this guy was legit getting comparisons to Michael Jordan, and you know for a fact, yeah, if Michael Jordan was ever in that situation, he'd be like, "Pass me the ball.
yeah,
I'm gonna take over." It felt like of anyone of all the players that played, like you have two 15-man rosters, yeah.
yeah,
Those 30 guys, of all of them, the one that actually went MJ in that whole series,
Yeah,
was Jamal Murray. Like,
believe it or not.
like, like obviously you expect the big guys to step up, but like that wasn't just a capitulation, bro. That was absolutely it was a dismal, man. It was dismal. I mean, their fall from grace was pretty big. Certain teams' fall from grace weren't as big, but were pretty significant. Um, I want to mention the Bucks
Yeah,
because the Bucks were a team that, again, I had winning. I expected them to walk the East and get to the finals.
yeah.
And the fact that they got knocked out, granted, they got knocked out by a really gritty, determined team, just shows you how much work they need to do.
Mm.
Like, I think we've got to a point where we're asking the question: does Giannis have enough to win? Do you reckon he has enough around him to make it to the finals?
No, I don't think he has enough around him, but also himself. I don't think he's good enough. Shall I
You doubt,
dare I say,
you
good
doubting
enough
Giannis?
to carry his team to a final. So I think
Yo, you doubting Giannis?
I'm down Giannis, man. I'm sorry.
Okay,
That's
okay.
that's two playoffs in a row now. Yeah, he got injured against Miami towards the end, but they were what three? They were down 3-0 by that point.
Yeah, 3-0.
So like he may have got his points, but it's can he lead in the playoffs? That's the difference. Like he can. We all know in the regular season he's a beast. It's just when it gets to those pressure games in the playoffs, when the team just needs him to carry them on his back. Like Miami defended him so well. Like they just closed off the paint, dared him to shoot. Like we're not even asking him to shoot 3 point shots. It's just develop a little mid range shot every now and then. You don't have to just go to the basket every single time. So for me, he needs to develop his game. I don't think he's good enough yet to carry his team over the hump. And also he hasn't got enough around him. So I think it's a combination of both.
You know what? It's funny. It's like this is gonna sound stupid. It's like seeing like a majestic creature running across the plains of Africa.
Mm,
But then when you stop it and like you play a half court setting and like you're forced to like then play a set defense,
yeah,
he all of a sudden becomes this stiff. Like his whole game changes. Like it's not just that, like watching it. The stats will show you like his whole game changes. Like he's not the same like majestic guy that just
yeah.
runs. Like that's his strength, and when you do that, you kind of taking him away at the knees. I
Yo,
mean,
sorry, I just saw yesterday, in fact, that apparently Miami Heat are going to go all in to try and get Giannis in free agency next year. But that is the sort of team where he can easily win. Like if he goes to the Miami Heat, I'm making them favorites instantly if they keep all the guys they've got right now. Add Giannis to what they've got at this moment, bro, I'm making them favorites to win the championship straight away. That's the exact team, the culture, the type of guys he needs around him to win. Like he's just that missing piece. They'll be unstoppable if they get him.
yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I mean, a lot of teams are going to be in the hat. Like we're talking, I'm predicting probably Golden State, which everyone's going to probably like hate that.
Yeah,
But like he's if he doesn't win it next year, then chances are he's most likely going to move. One other team that I wanted to talk about as far as losers go, and it's pretty timely. I thought
yeah,
I'd mention it because they've just lost not only their manager but they've lost their GM.
yeah.
Houston Rockets, man.
Mm.
Houston Rockets. They've got to a point where like RIP to the small ball fam. That's gone now. Like the
Uh-huh.
time it went. But the questions now is, and again, I think individually, the guy who's lost out the most is Westbrook, because that guy, we always talked about, oh, he didn't fit with KD, or he didn't fit with Paul George and Melo, and then now, when he's with arguably one of the best offensive players in the game, where he's put and there's shooters all around him, we had this conversation about Jimmy Butler, and we
Yeah,
were talking about he didn't fit in Minnesota. He didn't really fit in the 76ers, but he's fitting in Miami. It's like Jimmy Butler is what we wanted Westbrook to be.
yeah,
Like Westbrook was supposed to be that guy, like take over. I'm gonna get to you. I'm gonna get to the promised land. ride with me. What's the future for the Rockets? What do they do now?
That's not an easy question to answer, man. I'll tell you because you've gone all in on small ball, and the two guys who like advocated for small ball are gone. Mike D'Antoni and Daryl Morey. The GM and the coach who decided that small ball was the way forward are both moved on and decided they don't want to be there anymore. So now you're going to bring in a new coach. I think they've already hired a new GM promoted from within. So all of a sudden, are you going to change the style? If you change the style, you're going to have to go out and get a big man. So again, you're not going to find a big man better than Clint Capella.
But the problem they've got 40 million, almost 80 million wrapped up in Westbrook and Harden.
Yeah.
The problem is getting pieces around them that's affordable. Like they were lucky to get a guy like not Clint Capella, like Robert Covington, because he's got a decent contract and he's versatile.
Mm.
But then they've got other guys like PJ Tucker, undersized. Like he's not a center. I don't care what anyone says. He's not a center.
Of course.
And you've got guys like Eric Gordon. Like these guys are not on small contracts. They're on decent sized contracts.
Mm.
So like whoever takes over as GM has got a job. I tell you that now, they've got a job. But I mean, was there anything else that you thought about that you wanted to mention about this bubble pod, this bubble NBA, sorry, that we had before we wrap up?
Oh, let's get back to the Lakers, isn't it? Let's talk about the Lakers a little bit more. No, but
okay.
Obviously, we've seen. Sorry,
I was going to say, how about this? Yeah, if we're going to talk about the Lakers. Yeah, let's talk about the main guys like Anthony Davis, LeBron James. What were you going to say about the Lakers?
I was just going to talk about. Obviously, we saw the news yesterday that AD's going to opt out but re-sign with the Lakers, which is not a surprise. But what's the dynamic going to be now moving forward? Is LeBron going to hand the team over to him? Is he going to be the full-time number one superstar of the team now, or is it still going to be LeBron's team? I'll be interested to see how it happens moving forward now.
I think it's going to be like LeBron in Miami, except this time LeBron's D-Wade, and it's like, you know what? Here's the keys, AD. It's your team now. First, because like the first season, it was D-Wade's team, and LeBron was there. But now he's had time to settle, and I don't want to say this prematurely, yeah, but AD's on upward trajectory, so he's going to be at some point better than LeBron in the next couple of years.
Yeah,
it's only going to be natural. So allowing him that responsibility sooner is probably going to help him better.
And I just want to say one thing for my boy Weezy. I am on that bandwagon with him. KCP is better than Paul George. Okay, give me KCP over. I can't even call it. I was gonna call him playoff something, but let's not put no playoff in his name. PG 0 is not better than KCP. One's a champion, one's not. Weezy, I'm with you all the way on that, brother.
What did he call? He called Patrick Beverly Pat Beg. Pat Beg. That's a big one.
I loved it, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's one of the only times I can agree with Weezy. I'm taking it.
That's fair. You don't agree on anything else. All right, guys. Before we wrap up, if you like the video, please like the video. Subscribe if you're new. Share with your friends. We do appreciate all the love and support you've given us over the past. Well, we've been here for almost a year, Tariq. Imagine that on YouTube. So thank you for that. Any last words, Tariq?
Lake Show, baby!
Take care. See you later.